You know that moment when someone says to you, wow, your kids are so lucky to have you. Yeah, I mean, they usually say that to me when one of mine is upside down on the sofa eating plain pasta out of a mug, while the other one is narrating a YouTube video he's watched 50 times backwards. You see, parenting autistic children is like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded while someone is busy throwing hula hoops at your head. And look, with 1 in 36 children now being diagnosed with autism, it's not rare anymore. It certainly isn't the exception that it once was. But here's the catch, no one gives you a manual. It's hard enough raising children who don't have any additional mental health challenges. But when you add in things like anxiety, depression, ADHD, autism, parenting can almost feel impossible. So this video, it's the unfiltered version. It's the stuff that no one tells you about. The truths that will make you nod, make you wince, make you laugh, but more importantly, might just hopefully make you feel that little bit less alone. My name's Amir. I've got 3 boys. My eldest, well, he's an adult now, and I guess that's another video for a different day. And my younger 2, got Zach, he's 10, he's pre-verbal autistic, and Jacob, he's 9 and he's got ADHD. Me, I'm autistic too, so yeah, I've basically unlocked the bonus level of family life. You know that thing when you do something really well at work and your manager rewards you by giving you more work to do? Yeah, that's basically my life. And look, this isn't meant to be Pinteresting parenting advice. I'm not here to sell you any breathing exercises or tell you to try essential oils. These are my 10 brutally honest truths that I've learned about raising autistic children. The stuff that I've gone through as a SEND parent that I want to share with you today. So let's start with the first truth. And this is the one that almost broke me before I got it. So truth number 1. It's not your job to fix them. Look, you're not an engineer, you're not a mechanic, you're a parent just like me. But the world's going to make you feel like you're failing your children if they don't sit still or say please and thank you on demand. Auntie Karen, she's going to make you feel like you're failing your children. And the school are definitely going to make you feel like you're failing your children. Sometimes even your own family are going to chip in and make you feel like you're failing your children. My mum, love her to bits, right? Deeply religious. She still believes, though, that if she prays hard enough, then my kids will get better and be fixed. And that comes purely from a place of love in her heart. But here's the thing, my kids aren't broken. They don't need to be fixed. They don't need to get better. They're just different. And different isn't less. Research shows that parental acceptance, not correction, has the biggest impact on the mental health of autistic children. Your job isn't to make them normal. Your job is simply to protect their spark from a world that doesn't always see it. Truth number 2, the meltdowns aren't personal. Yeah, I mean, they might get aggy because you cut their toast wrong, or they might scream because the Wi Fi lags for like half a second. Zach certainly does. But here's the thing, their meltdowns are not about you. Meltdowns aren't tantrums, they are neurological overload. Imagine trying to solve algebra during a fire drill or trying to think clearly while you've got 5 different Spotify playlists all going at full volume in your head at the same time. That's what's happening in their heads. Now, I used to take it personally. As a father and as a provider, I wanted to make sure that my kids had everything they ever wanted. And because of my autism, when something like a Wi-Fi lag happens, something which rationally is completely beyond my control, I thought my kids were blaming and rejecting me. But I've been that kid, and I know that meltdowns aren't about control, they're about survival. The meltdowns aren't because of you, they're simply their way of asking you for help. When you take a meltdown personally, you end up going through a self-blame correction cycle, and it just makes you tense. And if you've ever tried to deal with something when you're tense, you'll know just how much harder that is. So yeah, don't take them personally. Truth number 3, routine isn't preference. Routine is oxygen. I once changed the brand of chicken nuggets in my house. I was in Tesco's and they didn't have the own brand chicken nuggets that Zach likes to eat. So I bought the bird's eye ones, the more expensive ones, thinking that was going to be a good idea, right? Wrong. Let's just say that our family is still recovering from that incident. Look, routine isn't about being rigid, it's about feeling safe. Transitions are hard and even fun surprises can cause chaos. So If it's not in the calendar, it doesn't exist. And even if it is in the calendar, just do yourself a favour and bring some spare snacks and chicken nuggets just in case. Truth number 4. The world won't accommodate them unless you make noise. You'll become that parent, the emailer, the advocate, the one who teachers see in a school playground and duck for cover thinking, oh no, not them again. And you know what? Good. Because if you don't speak up, then who will? Over 70% of autistic children in the UK do not get the school support that they need. And that isn't a criticism of the UK school system or the government here in the UK. We're not here for that. But 70% is a huge portion of children that aren't getting the support they need just to get through every day. But this is a lesson that I didn't cotton on to early on, but thankfully my wife did. You see, my wife, my Jules, love of my life, right? She truly is one of life's fighters. And through her, I learned just how important it is for us to be a voice for our children. I remember years ago trying to get Zach into a suitable school. At that time, he had no words, he had no sense of danger, he had no self-awareness. The local authority absolutely agreed that he needed a specialist provision, but simply said to us that there's no spaces in the special schools in the area, so he has to go into a mainstream school. Now, I was a bit lost when we got that news. I didn't quite know how to take it and what direction we were to go from here. But thankfully, Jules grabbed the ball by the horns and she made a decision to pick me and Zach up and take us, and I'll say us, to every mainstream school in the area, plonk Zach down in front of the head teachers of the school and get them to see simply that they would be failing him if they were to accept him in their school. We then gate crashed a carnival at a special needs school and presented Zach to the head teacher and got her to understand his needs. We told her what was going on and thankfully she ended up fighting with us and he ended up getting that space, and thank goodness he did, because without that he would not have come nearly half as far as he has done today. Annoying, maybe, but life-changing, definitely. Be loud, be relentless, be kind, but most importantly, be their shield, because one day they'll know that you fought for them. Truth number 5. You'll lose friends, but gain better ones. Some people will vanish faster than biscuits at a soft play. They'll cancel plans, they'll dodge calls, they'll make weird comments, and it really hurts. But sometimes you'll do the ghosting, because listening to little Timmy's golf versus football dilemma when you're just trying to get your child to eat a food group other than chicken nuggets just ain't the vibe. But here's the flip. You will find your people, the ones who laugh with you when your child puts their trousers on back to front, the ones who you don't need to apologise to. And that's gold. It is quality over quantity every single time. Truth number 6. Your home will never be quiet. Even in silence, there's a hum of scripting, of stimming, of wheel spinning, literally and emotionally. Zach hums constantly, much like a baby gurgling. And I've come to understand and recognise the exact pitch of his hum and what it means. Is he okay? Does he need help? I used to crave silence. Now I just crave understanding. You see, it's not noise, it's language. And when you see it like that, it's not silence you need, it's connection. Truth number 7. The advice will be endless, but often useless. Have you tried essential oils, horses, more fresh air? Everyone becomes an expert because they once saw a TikTok. Now, your best allies aren't strangers with opinions. They are autistic adults. They're parents of 10 children. They're people who ask before they assume. Learn to nod, smile, and ignore. Truth number 8. You'll doubt yourself more than you ever imagined. Was that the right school? Should I push for a diagnosis? It's Minecraft therapy. You'll overthink, you'll over-worry, you'll over-Google, and you'll burn out in the process. That's what happened to me. I've had nights laying awake where I've replayed every single conversation and decision that I made that day, wondering if I was failing my children. But here's the thing. Your doubts don't make you weak. They simply mean that you care. And strength isn't about never doubting. It's about getting up the next day, making the sandwiches, finding the headphones. It is rinse and repeat. It is parenting on hard mode. But it's what we've got. You will have doubts. They do not make you weak. They just mean that you care. Truth number 9. Love doesn't always look how you expected. My Zach, he shows me love by rubbing my ear constantly. It hurts. My Jacob, he shows me love by throwing socks at me head. And do you know what? That's affection. It is connection. Once you stop looking for signals of love that society tells you you should be getting, you'll notice that love is absolutely everywhere. Yeah, even in the sock. Truth number 10. You will grow in ways that you didn't sign up for. You'll become more patient, more empathetic, more observant. You'll see that kid left out at a party, maybe without any friends, and as a send parent, you'll then take it upon yourself to make a beeline for that child and sort of get them involved. You'll see the fidgety adult in the waiting room, and instead of being annoyed by them, you'll start to wonder if they're okay. You will pause before judging. You see, your kids don't just grow, they grow you. And once you start seeing the world differently, you won't want to go back. So yeah, parenting autistic kids isn't tidy, isn't quiet, and definitely isn't in the parenting books. I remember years ago when we were pregnant with Zach, one of my mates pulled me to one side and gave me a bit of advice. He said, mate, it doesn't get any easier. You just get used to it. And he was right. It's messy, it's loud, it's beautiful, and it's mine. And if you're on this path too, you don't need to be perfect. Just be present. Because here's the truth, if society doesn't start learning these lessons, we're not just failing our autistic children, we're failing ourselves too. Because empathy isn't a special needs skill, it is a human one. So if this video spoke to you, tell me one thing your kid does that only you understand, the one thing that makes them them. Drop it in the comments and let's build something messy, honest and real together. And look, don't subscribe if you want picture perfect parenting advice. You're not going to find it here. But if you want raw honesty, socks as love and chicken nugget level resilience, then you know where to find me. I'll see you next time. Cheers.